All right. So what I'm about to do today is to give you guys a distinct correlation between Jay-Z and none other than Erika Kirk. And some of you may be saying, Jay-Z and Erika Kirk, how in the world can these two people be so similar? Well, check this out. This is going to blow your mind. Make sure to hit the like button, drop your city in the chat, let me know where you at, and let's get it.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
Hove Thugs and Harmony diss Drake, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Dame Dash, Oskino, Tory Lanez, and Rivera. Who got shot the worst?
Hattie's turning 100. If she would have transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them.
So right here, I'm going to say this again. I said this earlier. He said somebody in his family just made 100 years old. And he said if that person in his family would have died before reaching 100, somebody out there would have died also, because for whatever reason, he felt like he needed to clear his name before that person in his family passes away and they just reached 100 years old. And if she would have passed away, one of y'all would have passed away. All right. So that's what that lyric is about. And the reason why this is important is because to a certain degree, Erika Kirk felt the same way. She felt the need to clear her name. Now, Jay-Z is a rapper. Why in the world does he feel this need to clear his name? Because things are getting so bad where he has to. But what is he clearing his name from? There are so many things that a lot of people don't know about Jay-Z. And a lot of the things are attached to Diddy. Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with the fact that Diddy and Jay-Z were best friends. So a lot of the things Diddy was accused of, a lot of the things that Diddy was into, a lot of the things that Diddy we think did, like unalive Biggie and unalive Tupac, there's a possibility, a huge possibility, that one, Jay-Z has something to do with that too. Now, he didn't unalive nobody, but Diddy didn't unalive nobody. But somebody used their money to unalive Tupac, to unalive Biggie. And who was Biggie to Diddy? His best friend. Who was Charlie Kirk to Erika Kirk? Her husband. And I'm not saying that Erika Kirk unalived Charlie, and I'm not saying that Diddy unalived Biggie. But for certain people to turn into celebrities, certain people have to die. And this is actually a thing. For somebody to live, somebody has to die. I'll say it again. For certain people to live, like Jay-Z, like Diddy, like Erika Kirk, somebody else has to die. So I'm very good at identifying patterns. And when I saw Jay-Z have this strange rant out of nowhere, like, why are you just going off on everybody? Jay-Z literally went off on like 7, 8 people. It literally was a rant, and it didn't even sound good. So it's not like the typical Jay-Z making music. He sounded like an old weirdo. Like, it didn't even sound right. So when I saw Jay-Z doing this strange rant, it immediately reminded me of Erika's strange rant. But like I said, you may say, how in the world can Jay-Z and Erika Kirk have the same, have similarities? One dude is black, one woman is younger, one dude is almost 60. They're so different, right? Well, the thing about it is, I'm just going to show you this. And this is going to give you a little understanding right here.
Beyonce and Jay-Z sacrificing people and shit and nobody tell me this? No, like for real. They are so heavily clothed. They are so clothed that you wouldn't even see it. Nobody is seeing this unless you really do your due diligence and like research.
So Jay-Z has been accused of getting rid of multiple people in order for him to actually become famous. Because like I said earlier, the whole point of this show is for some people to live, some people have to die.
Okay, so before Jay-Z, it was Big L. But guess what happened to him? He died.
He died.
And Jay-Z took his place. Jay-Z was also doing music with Tupac. Tupac died.
And this little thing messed up right here. But of course, as you can see, another person that died that Jay-Z was extremely connected to was Biggie. So this is not just, and I'm not saying Erika Kirk did anything to Charlie Kirk, and I'm not saying Jay-Z or Diddy did anything to Biggie.
That she was.
But it gets even worse. So let me back up right here. Give it a second because it messed up right here.
So sedated, she didn't even remember, didn't even know she was supposed to even be on a flight. And the crazy thing is, Mary J. Blige said that she was murdered.
So Aaliyah died for who to live? I'm asking y'all right now. Aaliyah died for who to live? Who is at the top of the totem pole because Aaliyah died? Who is at the top? Because Aaliyah died. Beyonce, Jay-Z's wife. So for somebody to live, somebody else has to die. I'm not saying Jay-Z or anybody else killed somebody, but for somebody to live, somebody else has to die.
She said literally, it was a spiritual murder.
And Mary J. Blige herself said it herself that Aaliyah was murdered. Charlie Kirk was murdered. Biggie was murdered. Tupac was murdered. Y'all see the correlation? These people aren't dying from heart attacks. These people were literally murdered. Did it messed up again? Hold on a second. So this is interesting right here.
I can wear.
So on Lemonade, I don't think it was Beyonce's last album, but on Lemonade, she actually talked about something that I'm just going to play it. It's extremely strange. And for Beyonce fans, let me know which album this was off of. But it's a possibility that Beyonce literally spoke on somebody dying for somebody else to live. So this was allegedly about Aaliyah. And listen to the words. This was literally from Beyonce's words.
What you truly want.
What are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
I can wear her skin
I can wear her skin
over mine.
over mine. I can wear her skin over mine. And it gets worse. But Beyonce was allegedly talking about Aaliyah on her album.
Her scalp, a cap. Her sternum, my bedazzled cane. We can pose for a photograph. All three of us.
Who's all three of us? Jay-Z, Beyonce and Aaliyah. And you may say, well, some people may say, wait, what does Jay-Z and Aaliyah have to do in anything? Well, Jay-Z was with Aaliyah. And for whatever reason, Aaliyah, because a lot of these people, everybody have sex with each other, right? Ray J was having sex with his present wife or his present ex-wife. Ray J's present or ex-wife was what's his name's girlfriend? The boxer. Floyd Mayweather's Floyd Mayweather's one of his chicks. Floyd Mayweather used to walk around with like 6 girlfriends. And because, like I'm saying, they all have sex with each other. So Floyd Mayweather had like 6 girlfriends. He just pranced them around. Ray J, that used to hang out with all of them, started dating one of his girlfriends and literally not took her because it was a bunch of them. He was just like, yo, can I sleep with her? He was like, yeah, go ahead and sleep with her. And then next thing you know, he never gave her back. And then he fell out. So Ray J fell out with him because he didn't give his girl back. He turned around and married her. So in certain industries, the chicks just get, passed around, right? Well, Aaliyah was one of the pass arounds. Aaliyah was with R. Kelly. Aaliyah was with Dame Dash. And Aaliyah was with Jay-Z. But Jay-Z fell in love with Aaliyah. But Beyonce, when she was a part of Destiny's Child, she wanted a Jay-Z. So I'm just giving y'all an understanding of what was going on and what does Aaliyah have to do with all this. So let me back up just a little bit. So Beyonce wanted to be Aaliyah because Beyonce did not want to be a part of a group. If you remember with Beyonce had parents, and Beyonce had her parents literally was the manager of Destiny's Child, and they were trying to like position Beyonce to be Aaliyah, and they somewhat positioned Beyonce to be with Jay-Z, but Jay-Z was with Aaliyah. And remember, for somebody to live, somebody else has to die.
Photograph. All 3 of us. Immortalized. You and your perfect girl.
So if you read this right here, it says Jay-Z was another famous artist. Another famous Aaliyah's boyfriend. This was another of the controversial Aaliyah relationships, as Jay-Z was reportedly interested in the star at the time, as Rockefeller co-founder Damon Dash. If you've ever wondered who Aaliyah has dated, then we found the perfect list. So she dated both of them. But like I said, women get passed around. And then when men with egos don't necessarily get picked by the girl that, when it's like when the merry-go-round stops, you kind of like want the merry-go-round to stop at you. But the merry-go-round stopped at Dame Dash. And because Dame Dash got with Aaliyah and not Jay-Z,
I don't know when love became elusive. What I know is no one I know has it. My father's arms around my mother's neck. Fruit too ripe to eat.
and all of a sudden, Beyonce.
I think of lovers as trees. Growing to and from one another. Searching for the same light. Why can't you see me? Why?
And if you want to, you can pause to read all of this, all these different articles.
Why can't you see me? Why can't you see me?
Why can't you see me? Jay-Z used to say the same thing over and over again. Jay-Z used to get mad that people used to say the only reason why people are paying attention to Jay-Z is because Tupac was dead, because Tupac made Hit 'Em Up and about 2 other songs dissing Jay-Z. So Tupac did not like none of these dudes. So because everybody rolled with Tupac and then he turned around and died, we didn't like Jay-Z. Or it took us a minute to actually like Jay-Z because we like Tupac and Tupac didn't like Jay-Z. So the person that we love so much didn't like you, and now you are famous and the other person that we liked is dead. We don't like you because we like them. And Jay-Z spent a lot of time saying, why can't you see me also? Because Jay-Z used to talk about like, yo, I can rap better than Big. I can rap better than Tupac. I'm the best rapper alive. And then, but then he's like, no, I'm the best rapper ever. Like, why do I gotta say best rapper alive? I'm the best rapper ever. These dudes can't rap better than me, but nobody cared because Jay-Z, one of the things that Jay-Z was missing, and the reason why to this day at his old ass age, he still doesn't get it. Nobody cares about how good you can rap. It's about the emotional attachment that you have with your fans and your fans have with you. And we don't have that type of emotional attachment with Jay-Z because he's just a very good rapper. But we loved Biggie. We loved Tupac. We don't love Jay-Z. We like Jay-Z. We think Jay-Z is the most talented, but we don't love Jay-Z. And we never will love Jay-Z. Why? Because Jay-Z is a piece of shit. I see Jay-Z and I see Erika Kirk. I look at both of these people as weirdos who did anything and everything in order to become famous. And I'm not saying anybody murdered anybody, but both parties, Jay-Z and Erika Kirk, had the connections, had the wherewithal, and had the federal government on their side in order to pull off a murder. So we've talked about Erika Kirk left and right about how she is cool with the feds. She's cool with the FBI. She's cool with Kash Patel. She's cool with the president of the United States, right? But I just said Jay-Z worked with the federal government also. How is that true? Well, watch this. Let this play out a little longer. All right, that's it for that one. So listen to this. And shout out to Poetic.
He is admitting that Kanye West.
So shout out to Poetic Flacco. Listen to this right here. This is Jay-Z's ties to the federal government, just like Erika Kirk has direct ties to the federal government. Because when you start needing somebody to get out of the way, like Erika Kirk with Charlie Kirk and Biggie and Tupac with, and Aaliyah, Biggie, Tupac, and Aaliyah. And think about this. None of these murders have any like conclusive evidence of who murdered the other person. Like nobody knew who killed Biggie. Nobody knew who killed Tupac. Nobody knows, because it's not Tyler Robinson, who killed Charlie Kirk. How does this happen? You have to have connections to the federal government, the FBI. So check this out, because this is the correlation between Jay-Z and the FBI.
Now Jay-Z is admitting that Kanye West was telling the truth. Man, that's before we found out that Jay-Z was in business with a woman who told on a cartel and lived to see it. Do you know how powerful you got to be? Do you know how much ish and protection you got to have to tell on the cartel, to wear a wire against the cartel and live to see it? And be.
So let me back it up. So let's read this. Back it up just a little bit. All right, what's it? Okay. All right, so check this out. Okay, Desiree Perez, the CEO and co-founder of Jay-Z's entertainment company, Roc Nation, in the 90s, okay? In the 90s. Let me put this on the big screen. Can I put this on the big screen? What is it? What's going on? All right, forget it. There's something blocking it. Hold on. Okay. Something's blocking the words. In the 90s, she was arrested on drug conspiracy and firearm charges and cooperated with the federal authorities, and her cooperation and subsequent successful transition to a major executive. Think about that. She snitched on the cartel. All right. She snitched on a cartel and criminal justice reform advocate. Oh, now she's a criminal justice reform advocate. You see that, right? And remember, Jay-Z became a criminal justice reform advocate, right? Led her receiving a formal presidential pardon in January 2021. So she received a presidential pardon. Back to the correlation with Erika Kirk, who received a presidential pardon that was at Turning Point USA, y'all. So let's look at this correlation. Jay-Z has the CEO of Roc Nation who turned over a whole cartel and got a presidential pardon from the president of the United States. Who else got a presidential pardon over here in Turning Point USA? That's right, Alley Top Files. Tyler Boyer. So when you pull off a murder, or when somebody pulls off a murder, somebody's going to get put in prison. Somebody's going to get something, right? The key to taking care of all this is to employ people who have already cooperated with the CIA or the government. See, when you actually cooperate with the government, you don't just cooperate one time to get out of prison, to get a pardon. No, you owe a favor. You now are adjacent to the feds. You are now the feds adjacently. You're not the feds, but you're the feds. You work for the federal government now because of the pardon. You signed paperwork saying for a certain amount of years, you now have to cooperate with the federal government and the CIA in perpetuity. In perpetuity. So Jay-Z has somebody on his squad that has cooperated with the feds and is now a federal asset. And same thing goes for Erika Kirk, Tyler Boyer. She has somebody that is in cahoots with the feds, but she herself is in cahoots with the feds. So that's another correlation. Just in case anybody's like, you reaching, you crazy. All right. All right. So let's keep going. Because it gets worse.
Cartel and live to see it. Do you know how powerful you got to be? Do you know how much ish and protection you got to have to tell on the cartel, to wear a wire against the cartel and live to see it and be out here prospering, moving around freely? She is the feds. She's the literal feds. Jay-Z is so dangerous, homie. Jay-Z got private detectives in Australia looking for a blogger. Look, Jay-Z the billionaire got private investigators in Australia posting up outside of a blogger's house taking pictures of him.
So right here, Jay-Z, the Jay-Z that we all know and some of us love. I don't love Jay-Z. I don't like Jay-Z. But the Jay-Z that y'all know and love in 2026, 2025, 2024, there's a rapper named Tory Lanez. There was a Meg Thee Stallion situation where Tory Lanez was sleeping with Meg Thee Stallion and her best friend Kelsey. Kelsey got drunk and found out that Meg was sleeping with Tory Lanez also, and she decided to grab Tory Lanez's gun and start shooting at Meg Thee Stallion. Kelsey shot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. But because Tory Lanez was starting some shit with Jay-Z and Rock Nation. I don't want to get into what he was doing because I don't want to go off on a tangent, but Tory Lanez had to go because of the things that he was stirring up within Rock Nation. For those who don't know, Tory Lanez was one of the hottest rappers / producers back like 3 years ago. He now is in prison for 10 years. He got 10 years in prison for something he did not do. So next thing you know, Meg Thee Stallion got shot in the foot. And instead of Kelsey going to prison, Kelsey turns around and gets immunity. And then Jay-Z, Rock Nation, pays for Meg Thee Stallion's lawyers and then gets everything turned over on to Tory Lanez. And, you know, black people, I think it's stupid, but black people have a no snitching thing, right? So, and especially as a rapper, it was very difficult for Tory Lanez to just come out and say, yo, Kelsey shot her. So he just stayed quiet. Because there's one thing about snitching on a dude, snitching on a woman is a little harder, right? I would have snitched on her ass. I'm like, I'm not going no damn, are you crazy? She did it. But as in black culture, it's difficult to snitch and be able to still have the stardom and have the respect. All right. So he just didn't say anything. And Rock Nation put him in prison for 10 years. 10 years. All right. So the reason why this is important is because Jay-Z and Rock Nation is literally stalking people who talk shit about Rock Nation, who talk shit about Jay-Z. And I'm about to show y'all that. And the correlation, once again, is Erika Kirk running around trying to sue Candace, trying to sue, I think Barron got a letter and a couple other people got a letter for talking about her. So Erika Kirk is paying people to not just stalk certain creators, but talk shit about creators. So the difference between Erika Kirk and Jay-Z is literally just physically going after people, right? He's harassing academics. He's harassing his people. And I'm about to show you that. But what Erika Kirk is doing, Erika Kirk and Turning Point USA, they're just paying creators to talk shit about the people talking shit about Turning Point USA. So there's about 7, 8 creators on YouTube that spend all day talking shit about Candace because Candace is speaking up for her friend, right? So both groups, which is the correlation, are paying outside entities to harass people that are calling them out. Just another similarity and another correlation. All right, so let's keep going. So listen to this.
Because he posted some things about Rock Nation he didn't like.
Now, even when I was talking to the judge today, I told the judge, I said, Judge, the reason why I feel this is harassment, Rock Nation sent people to my house out of the last 70, 75 days. 40 days out of those months, people are parked out my house. It's like a stakeout.
So somebody just said, Wolves of Finance. Exactly. That's another person. Wolves of Finance got a letter. Right. So Turning Point USA is just trying to sue people and just trying to get them caught up in court because you can't sue them for anything because nobody said anything that wasn't factual. Wolves of Finance literally said exactly what was in their tax forms. You can't sue me for talking about your damn taxes. That is public information. So they're trying to get people caught up in the court system where they had to pay for a lawyer to do this and all this other shit, have depositions, and hopefully the person will run out of money. But what Jay-Z is doing and his people, they're literally stalking the people physically and camping outside of people's houses. Imagine me having black trucks outside of my house. That's what Jay-Z is doing. Jay-Z himself, the billionaire, is doing. People are camped outside of people's houses for talking about Jay-Z.
got private investigators in Australia posting him outside of a blogger's house taking pictures of him because he posted some things about Rock Nation he didn't like.
Now, even when I was talking to the judge today, I told the judge, I said, Judge, the reason why I feel this is harassment, Rock Nation sent people to my house out of the last 70, 75 days. 40 days out of those months, people are parked out my house. It's like a stakeout. I get paid the big bucks. I'm cool with it. I'm not tripping. They've expanded their effort. They're now camping out of everybody who I know's crib, and it's not for me because they all know where I live at.
Jay-Z is dangerous, and I agree.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
Quick commercial. We'll be right back.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
All right, let's keep going.
I think it's all for image. Because Jay-Z don't care about nobody.
And this is somebody that grew up with Jay-Z. Virtually every person that grew up with Jay-Z says Jay-Z is a piece of shit and he doesn't give a damn about anybody. And I have so much evidence that Jay-Z is a piece of shit. He doesn't give a damn about nobody also.
No, nobody. I'm talking about for sure. Yeah, people say you hating a lot, bro. I don't got no hate for the boy at all. I'm just saying. I just see what he do. I know how he move. Bro, you don't be a billionaire by caring about people.
He lined up D Haven, stole his life and identity.
Just like Erika Kirk. See, it's one thing about having a problem with somebody. It's one thing about falling out with somebody and y'all are no longer friends. But when you turn around and have somebody close to you die, and then you take their whole life, you take their whole identity. Who else took somebody's identity, y'all, other than Jay-Z? Put it in the chat. Who else, I'm not going to say killed the person, but it looks like they had something to do with killing the person, and then they took their identity. Name two other people other than Jay-Z that looked like they killed somebody, and then they instantly took their identity. Y'all are saying Erika Kirk, but also who? Diddy. Erika Kirk, yes. Diddy also, though. Don't forget about Diddy. Diddy was just a producer when Beyonce. There we go. There you go. So Jay-Z, Erika Kirk, Diddy, and Beyonce. I'll say it again. Erika Kirk, Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. Nobody killed nobody, but they all seem to look like that when this person died and they were close to the person. That's like my best friend is over here and he has this amazing status or persona, and then they die and I come in here and I'm just like this. And I'm talking like the person doing it and you're like, like, hey. And then y'all like me instead of the other person because they dead. And I act like them. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Erika Kirk, and Diddy all did the exact same thing. But nobody killed anybody because I don't want to get sued. Because Rock Nation will have people outside of my house. I don't want Erika Kirk messing with me. I don't want Jay-Z messing with me. Okay? So nobody killed anybody. I'm just speaking on a correlation and a pattern, okay? Because I do not want no black trucks parked outside of my damn house.
You're a billionaire by caring about people.
He lined up D Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love.
Aaliyah took his girl.
Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one. Allegedly.
I don't know if y'all know this, but Jay-Z and R. Kelly, put a one in the chat if you're aware that Jay-Z and R. Kelly came out with an album together. And the album that they came out with, they filmed one of the biggest songs on the song. I think, I forgot the name of the song. They filmed it on Epstein Island. Put a one in the chat if you're aware that, one, Jay-Z and R. Kelly came out with an album. And do you also know that they filmed the video of the hit song off that album, Best of Both Worlds, on Epstein Island? They filmed it on Epstein Island. You got to remember, R. Kelly was into Epstein type of shit. Yeah, Fiesta. R. Kelly and Epstein was close. And Jay-Z was close with R. Kelly. And all of a sudden, he wasn't close to R. Kelly. And next thing you know, R. Kelly started having problems and he went to prison. And then all of a sudden, Diddy, who was also close to Epstein, Diddy was a baby Epstein. And then all of a sudden, Diddy turned around and went to prison. And then Jay-Z stopped hanging out with Diddy. Diddy and Jay-Z were two peas in a pod until Diddy started getting problems with the federal government. So we have more correlations. So let's get into what Jay-Z did to... Now, you know what? Let's talk about how Jay-Z may have something to do with devil worshiping. Okay, let's do that. And then we'll talk more about who Jay-Z, whose life Jay-Z ruined. All right, so let's talk about Jay-Z being adjacent to devil worshipers. Check. Okay, so everything that I'm talking about tonight is backed by evidence, and I am not just making up shit. Okay, so this woman right here, her name is Marina Abramovic. Okay, she is a world-renowned devil worshiper. Okay, so who else is directly connected to a world-renowned devil worshiper? I'm showing you multiple correlations. Who else is directly or adjacently close to a devil worshiper? So I'm going to play this and I'm going to answer that question in a second. I'm going to take the music out because I don't want no problems. So this is Jay-Z doing something with a devil worshiper. Look at this. Look at this shit. And I'm not making this up. This woman is a world-renowned devil worshiper. She is like this Satanist person. Okay, so who else is adjacently close to a devil worshiper? Nobody in the chat said it yet. So I'm waiting on y'all to tell me. Who else is adjacently close to a devil worshiper? And if you don't know, I'll tell you. Give me a second. But I'm waiting for y'all to tell me in the chat.
Crowley. For those of you in the book club, those of you reading, we've been reading Chaos. This is what is, and I'm going to tell you his background story. That whole garb that he's wearing, by the way, this is Aleister Crowley. For those of you in the book club, those of you reading, we've been reading Chaos. This is what established Hollywood. You are not imagining it. This is
Erika Kirk is the person that I'm talking about, y'all. Erika Kirk.
This is what these people believe in. And in 1969, lo and behold, speaking of the book Chaos, when the military was just spiking the ball, psychological operations, moon landing, whenever you're ready, the Manson murders, whenever you're ready, all military. Anyways, in 1969, this guy Aquino joined the Church of Satan. And in 1969, he then rose through the ranks of that church as the Magister Caverns of a fourth degree within the church hierarchy. He became the editor of the publication The Cloven Hoof, and he sat on the governing council of the Nine. In 1975, he left to form his own satanic church because just like other churches break apart, there was a schism. And the schism was because they couldn't establish the doctrine, because the Satanists were saying, Satan is an idea. And he was like, no, Satan is literal. And so they had the great satanic schism, you could say. He accuses Anton LaVey, who's the founder of the Church of Satan, of heresy for claiming that Satan was merely a metaphor and not an actual being. So I'm going to now let Michael Aquino, who's head of PSYOPs, along with Pyle Vallely, who's a board member, tell you what the goals were when he established the Temple of Set. Take a listen.
I just want to start out, I think, by clarifying and understanding the nature of what it is to be a Setian. Obviously, slightly different from a Satanist, but obviously you did spend some time with the Church of Satan under LaVey initially. And just to understand what is the mindset, what is the philosophy of a Setian? What is that worldview like?
The Temple of Set was originally thought to take the context of what our original satanic experience had been out of the Judeo-Christian mythology system. And harking back to the original Church of Satan days, we were looking really to find the nature of what is generally called the human soul. In other words, what it is within us that animates us, that gives us freedom of decision, of conception.
This part isn't Charlie Kirk. It isn't even TPUSA. The strangest part is the lineage behind it. Lieutenant Colonel Michael Aquino wrote a book called Mind War while stationed at the Presidio in San Francisco. Not a self-help book, not a political rant, a blueprint for psychological warfare, mass persuasion, narrative control, cognitive terrain. And Aquino was also an open Satanist. He never hid it, never denied it.
Aquino and his wife, you are a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army.
Correct.
Now, and how does the Army feel about you being head of the Temple of Set?
The Army has known about my religion for the entire span of my Army career, which began in 1968. And there was a reasonable amount of curiosity, as there has been all the way along, with what exactly is this strange and unusual thing. And I've talked about it in much the same way that I've talked here today on your show about it.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, the Army has paid very little attention to it, the same as it would to anybody who was, say, a follower of Hinduism or of Buddhism or any other slightly unusual religion today.
So you just go about your Army duties and it's fine and
mm-hmm.
Okay? Yeah.
Now here's the part people skip past. Aquino didn't write Mind War alone. His collaborative with retired Major General Paul E. Vallely. Fast forward. Vallely sits on the board at Turning Point USA. So take a
sits on the board with Turning Point USA. So what is this? This is probably my sixth or seventh correlation and the similarity between Jay-Z and Erika Kirk. And some of y'all thought I was crazy. So Jay-Z is directly connected to this Brahmovic woman who is a world-renowned devil worshiper, and Erika Kirk is directly connected to Vallely because he is on the board with Turning Point USA. But his best friend, the co-writer of the Book of Satan, I'll say it again, Paul Vallely is the co-writer of the Book of Satan, is on the board of advisors for Turning Point USA, while Jay-Z is over here doing this shit.
Is every celebrity in Hollywood friends with a witch? Explain this one to me.
Here with Michelle Lamy, and just pay very close attention.
And this is another devil worshiper.
To how they treat this woman. Shortly after, this is her backstage page of ASAP Rocky, and this woman has deep connections with every single celebrity. I mean, many pictures and videos of her and Usher, Kim Kardashian, Migos, Kanye West, ASAP Rocky, whatever, you name it, almost every single celebrity. But who is this woman? You look her up, it says she's a fashion designer, filmmaker, producer, whatever. But she's also married to Rick Owens, and now we're getting warmer. If you know anything about Rick Owens, he's known as the Dark Lord of fashion. Now, if this woman is married to the Lord of Darkness when it comes to fashion, and she's a fashion designer, this is literally her wearing his head, you start wondering, what is she doing with all these artists? Surely it can't be all fashion, right? And then you see pictures of her with Marina Abramovich, which is outspoken for her art.
So that is the Abramovich lady. And you see they are very close. So Jay-Z is connected to 2 devil worshippers, and Erika Kirk is connected to 2 devil worshippers that we know of.
But also her spirit cooking. All I'm saying is be aware of what's really going on and do your own research.
So let's keep going. So now that we talked about that, now let's get back to Jay-Z ruining people's lives in order for him to become who he needs to be. Wait, let me see what this is. What is this? I just need...
Is Marina Abramovich.
Oh, okay. All right. So hold on. One more video of this Abramovich lady.
And her work.
All right. To give y'all a better understanding of her.
Her name is Marina Abramovich. And her work has been featured everywhere from the Metropolitan Museum of Art to a Microsoft commercial. But who is she, and why does she possess such enigmatic appeal to the world's elite?
I am obsessed with this woman. She is so incredible.
It's time we investigate who really is Marina Abramovich. Serbian capital of Belgrade in 1946. Hers was a harsh childhood. Her mother, a Communist Party official and military veteran, was cold and oppressive.
So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. This is about Marina.
Pain, billing it as performance art. A kind of training course she calls the Abramovich method, which involves a form of sensory deprivation and dissociation. Those who subject themselves to her method must stand, sit, or lie motionless while wearing noise-canceling headphones.
Somebody said, didn't she just do a video with Lady Gaga? Yes. Remember, a lot of these artists, whether it's Lady Gaga or, damn, what's the other girl name? I like her. I forgot the other girl's name. They do videos with blood all over them, and they always do all this satanic stuff. It comes from this type of stuff. Jay-Z made a few songs of talking about the devil.
And sometimes an eye mask.
So Abramovich experiment is a kind of summary of all different knowledge I have through the 40 years of my work to bring the public to the point of experimenting for themselves. We built 3 basic objects to create 3 basic positions.
And the little the clicking noise is her way of hypnotizing you. Okay. So in some of her videos, you hear a certain noise and it kind of like causes you to move mentally. So I'm going to pause it because I don't want y'all to get caught up with the rhythm of the clicking. Okay. So I'm going to keep pausing it because I don't want anybody to get, because it's a real thing. So I don't want y'all to get caught up in the rhythm of the clicking.
Positions of human body, which is standing.
So I'm doing this on purpose so you won't get caught up in the rhythm of the clicking, because if you do, it'll cause you to start seeking this woman out simply because the clicking, you'll literally start thirsting for this rhythm of the clicking again and start looking for her content. So try to ignore the clicking because that's a problem.
Sitting, lying.
All attendees of the Abramovic method must sign a contract saying they will.
Somebody said too late. Look, stop. Yeah.
Stay for at least 2 hours.
Public have to sign the contract with me.
Yeah, it's like on Get Out when the girl was stirring the teacup. Yeah. That's what they do. It's a hypnotic something.
They have to give me the word of
See, they're going clicking again. I got to stop it because I don't want y'all to get messed up.
honor.
All right, so let me
mean and
let me back up. All right, so no more clicking because that clicking is crazy. What's it doing? Hold on, give it a second. It's doing something.
The lawsuit says she woke up and her feet were purple, bruised with a bite mark on her heel, stating that she was unaware how she got the injuries. The lawsuit states that the Jane Doe was compelled to ingest an unknown substance before learning that it contained the mean and/or.
So right here is Jay-Z and Diddy being involved in a number of lawsuits about women. Hold on. About women going to these Diddy parties with Jay-Z and Diddy, and then they end up, for whatever reason, getting drugged. Not saying anybody did anything. And now they wake up with their butt being sore. Okay, so that's kind of like what's going on here.
Other substances, which led to her blacking out. Later, she took a pregnancy test, which was positive. The lawsuit alleges the City Girls rapper Young Miami, whose legal name is Carisha Brownlee and is the apparent ex-girlfriend of Combs, harassed Jane Doe, repeatedly calling her and telling her to have an abortion. The Jane Doe later had a miscarriage and claimed she did not speak to Combs or a member of his camp for 3 months. Then in late 2022, the lawsuit alleges that Combs began communicating with Jane Doe again. He would harass her through text messages, calls, third parties, until she agreed. During her visit to Combs, the lawsuit states he made the alleged victim perform a show for him, giving her substances until she ultimately passed out. Then she would wake up with no recollection of what had occurred and how she got the injuries.
So this is another video of Jay-Z and the Brockovich woman. Because now that I've explained who this woman is, now you can kind of like see her in a different light, and you'll be able to see Jay-Z in a different light. And why would he be doing this? So after seeing what she does, now you see this differently. So yeah, this man is on some weird shit. So for all of y'all who say Jay-Z is an awesome artist, he's amazing, he's this, he's that, cool. But the reason why we're doing this is because it's important to recognize the patterns out in the world that you see, because in order for you to see patterns in your own life, you have to see patterns outside in the world, so you won't get sucked into any one of these situations. Because we talked about the Epstein files, we talked about a lot of different things having with Turning Point USA, about how Turning Point USA was, I'm not even going to say allegedly, they literally spent years bringing in young people to work for Turning Point USA. And here's an example of it right here.
Let me tell you a story about when I was 17 at CPAC.
So the reason why this is important is because when you see people out in the world hanging out with devil worshipers, when you see Erika Kirk, when you see Jay-Z, when you see all these people out here, you start to see that is real, right? So then when you are out in the world yourself, or either your daughter is out in the world, you can warn them about people like Jay-Z, people like Erika Kirk. So this is an example of Erika Kirk. I'm not even going to say what, but I'm just going to show it to you because I don't want no problems. I don't want to get sued. So y'all just listen and y'all make the decision of what this is for yourself.
Let me tell you a story about when I was 17 at CPAC. When I was 17 at CPAC. So when I was 17, I go to CPAC and I'm a high schooler. Turning Point brings all these like high school and college students.
What?
All these like high school and college students.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Not like super monitored. And there's these politicians and there's these media figures and all of these adults who said like have access to these college and high school kids. Me and two other girls, they were in college. We got invited to a party. I'm 17.
So one of the reasons why Jay-Z was so angry is because Jay-Z got a whole bunch of what was it? Lawsuits that was alleging Jay-Z was at the Diddy parties. So Diddy was having all these Diddy parties, having young girls at the Diddy parties, while Turning Point USA, which is another correlation, was having Diddy parties of their own, doing maybe or maybe not the same.
They were in college. We got invited to a party. I'm 17. We go to this party and it's in like a penthouse suite, like way up fancy and near a hotel.
What she's saying sounds exactly like what Diddy was doing when he was inviting women up to the Diddy parties. Was Turning Point literally a reincarnation of Diddy parties?
This was like a you turn in your phone kind of party.
Whoa.
So
just like with the Diddy parties.
You at the door, there's like a bouncer, turn in your phone, go inside. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm at a party. Like, wow. And there's at least one senator there. There was several people you'd recognize from Fox News. And then just other people that I didn't know who were just probably within that world. And there were not like other young people there. Like this wasn't like a party thrown for minors or for college kids.
Interesting.
So what haunts me to this day is that in retrospect, none of them even bat an eye at a 17-year-old being there. That was not like, that did not raise, like they let me in. Like I was clearly not like old enough to be around alcohol and certain drugs.
My name is Joshua Peterson. I worked for Turning Point USA and Turning Point USA Faith, and I knew Charlie Kirk personally. I want to say on the record that there was a inner circle at Turning Point USA that was constantly working against Charlie and his interests and what he wanted to do, as well as there was a Jewish influence in Turning Point that he was not very fond of, that he wanted to get rid of.
So this is a video full of different people that were underage that was being invited to parties. Multiple people.
That's ultimately what got
years. One of those years, I stayed in Charlie Kirk for 4 years. One of those years, I was a donor relations officer. I can't even begin to describe it because the people that I felt like I was working for, they were horrible. I mean,
so as you can see, I'm just going through it. I played these before. Where's the other one? There's another one where they literally had party buses with stripper poles in them. So Diddy parties, Jay-Z being super close. Because if anybody's watched the Diddy party, I've never seen video of a Diddy party and Jay-Z was not there. I've seen Jay-Z at every Diddy party. All those white parties, Jay-Z was always there. So somebody brought up Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown was a rapper that was 15 when she started off rapping. There was an alleged relationship between Jay-Z and Foxy Brown. Another reason why Jay-Z is a piece of crap is because Jay-Z has a son and he refuses to take the paternity test. Do you know why? Does anybody want to know why Jay-Z has a son that is 30 years old and for 30 years he has refused to take a maternity test? So does anybody want to tell me in the chat why he does not want to take the paternity test?
Jay-Z just set the internet on fire. Picnic freestyle went completely viral after he aimed bars at Drake, Nicki Minaj, Kanye, Tory Lanez, and several others. While everyone is focused on decoding these bars, they are failing to realize what this freestyle just seemed to confirm. The pressure has officially gotten to Jay-Z. He can no longer pretend he doesn't hear what is being said about him. He is being forced to address it. Today, you will see how this freestyle and his recent GQ interview reveal just how desperate Jay-Z is to shift the current narrative.
That's it. The guy's mother, who he's now 33 or something, his mother was underage. And if he was to take that paternity test and prove that this 33-year-old man is his son, it would prove that Jay-Z he blanked a tadpole. I have to make sure I don't say the wrong thing. Okay. So that's how much of a disgusting piece of shit Jay-Z is.
It is no surprise that Jay-Z's reputation has been in a shaky place as of late. For years, there was a lot of industry rumors floating around that made Jay look questionable. But things got to a whole different level when headlines started surfacing that seemed to give merit to the rumors. Things escalated even further when his name was being brought up alongside those documents at the beginning of the year. People started looking at those past relationships with figures who walked in those questionable circles and started thinking that Jay was just like them. His entire reputation had shifted, and people were looking at him completely different. That was the moment Jay knew things weren't looking good. His reputation was taking a serious hit, and he knew that if it wasn't repaired immediately, it would be forever tainted. This is when Jay-Z started his calculated PR campaign. First, it was the GQ interview where Jay-Z showed up and addressed the things being said about him. But this was a softball puff piece interview designed to make him look good. We will talk more about this later. Now his second attempt is this freestyle where he's going viral for aiming bars at several rappers. This was the exact moment it became clear everything is getting to Jay-Z. Let's break down these disses and what he said. The first bar Jay said was, "Hattie's turning 100. If she had transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them, every one of them, playing these silly games."
So I talked about that earlier. Hattie is either his grandmother or somebody close to him, and he needed to end all of this speculation before she died. And if she was to die before he ended this speculation, he would unalive one of us who's talking shit about him.
1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came, but 911 is a joke. Public enemy number one have been ranked. This bar is obviously about the legal filings that Tony Busby put forward. He directly aimed this bar at Tony Busby by calling him an ambulance chaser. Now he implies that he cleared his name, which technically he did. The only thing he doesn't say is how he got his name cleared. While the individual involved did eventually clear Jay's name,
Hold on.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
All right, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
He also came out shortly after and stated she allegedly felt pressure to do so after third parties repeatedly visited her home. She essentially claimed she was backed into a corner regarding her statements. But luckily for Jay-Z, the mainstream media only ran the story that the individual claimed he was innocent. This bar lets you know that these issues still affect Jay. He is still directing his energy to try to convince people he had nothing to do with it. He comes at Busby, who is just a lawyer who took on a claim, because he wants to create a villain to shift the blame to. He wants people to direct their anger at Busby, the ambulance chaser, to mask the fact that he is being inserted and things like that. The next bar Jay-Z rapped was, "The rock not crumbling. The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son is in a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is?" This bar was clearly aimed at Tory Lanez. This all goes back.
So Tory Lanez is the person that he and his company pushed to put in prison and frame for Meg Thee Stallion getting shot in the foot when it was her best friend, Kelsey, because he was talking secrets about Rock Nation.
I miss this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I miss this shit. Really make some noise. I'm governed by God. You try to break the covenant. I prayed for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again. My net worth went up again.
And y'all let me know, are y'all feeling these bars or are these old people bars? Let me know. Do y'all like these bars or are they old people bars? Like, I'll share my opinion after you. Do y'all like these bars? Yes or no? Are these old people bars?
My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the Hove. I never looked up to them. The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuity's how your contract is worded. Don't make me go first, man.
Geriatric bars. Yeah, like it's just like what is he doing? These are like Pepto-Bismol bars.
The roots remember, even when the trees pretend, not too much of my name. Don't forget who I am. Hattie loves her Shawnees, S-H-A-W-N. I find it adorable she put the S at the end. You don't know, the show ain't even begin. I said, you don't know, the show ain't even begin. That lady back on the stuff.
Like, what the hell is he talking about? Altogether, I think Jay-Z is out of touch and he's just running around 60 some years old, acting like he's 30 and like somebody cares. The world has moved on and the Jay-Z fans are now too old for them to take up for Jay-Z. Nobody gives a damn about Jay-Z because at the end of the day, Jay-Z has screwed over so many people where I don't think Jay-Z even has any friends anymore. So Jay-Z has ruined so many lives where nobody cares about him. If he comes out with an album, I wouldn't give a shit. I probably wouldn't even listen to it. Like, because it's going to suck because his last album sucked. So nobody cares about this man, but he's running around like, oh, I'm Jay-Z. Nobody cares, bro.
She sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans.
Just listen to him. He just sounds old. Listen to this. What is it? What is he talking about? Like, listen to this bar right here. This isn't vintage Jay-Z. He's forgetting lines and shit. Listen.
Can't even.
Hold on, let me back it up. He just sounds dumb.
Begin. That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them.
What is that? He can't even take it. And he just says enough of them. What are you talking about? Like, I know what he's saying, but he's too old to be able to articulate what he's saying. What he's saying is Nicki Minaj is back on drugs, according to him, and her present husband named Ken, who had a charge that has something to do with tadpoles. And because he had this tadpole charge and went to prison about it, he can't go anywhere near a school. So he can't even pick up their own child from school because he has a naughty tadpole charge and he can't even pick them up from school. But Jay-Z is getting so old where he can't even articulate what I just said.
She sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You trying to break the government. I brain for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. I got up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the Hove. I never looked up to them.
Boo! Boo! So, Erika Kirk and Jay-Z are the same bitchy, whiny people that are getting called out on being disgusting human beings in their own personal right. Because at the end of the day, we don't like neither one of you. And both of you have allegedly done the same exact thing. And you both are adjacently close to devil worshipers. And you actually think somebody's supposed to be a fan of either one of you pieces of shit? Both of you are pieces of shit.
Every morning I wake up and lying about me.
Both of you are pieces of shit.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
So that's her complaining. That's her ranting. And here's Jay-Z complaining and ranting.
Both Thugs in Harmony diss Drake, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj.
He calls Jay-Z whole Thugs in Harmony because he looks like Thugs in Harmony right here.
Dame Dash, Oskino, Tory Lanez, and Un Rivera. Who got shot the worst?
Hattie's turning 100. If she would have transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them. Every one of them playing these silly games. That 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came. But 911 is a joke. Public enemy #1, I've been ranked. The rock's not crumbling. The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game.
Jay-Z dissed 3 people in 8 bars. Most people focus on Dame Dash and Tory Lanez, but he really starts off shooting at Tony Busby, the attorney that had filed charges to Jay-Z after Diddy's accusers came to light. Known for personal injury and wrongful death cases, the attorneys we see on billboards is who Jay-Z referenced him to, giving a nod to Public Enemy with their hit single 911 is a joke. Incredible wordplay. While this is happening, he's shadowboxing with 100 and hunted them, rhyming that pattern throughout. 100 and hunted is a glitch in how New Yorkers say it. He then transitions to Tory Lanez, who he alleges was drunk talking on a jail call after the infamous Megan Thee Stallion incident. Teeth is tumbling out their mouth is a reference to Dame Dash while also lying through their teeth, and Jay references murder mysteries and whodunits.
So let's go a little farther.
Sold millions and millions and millions of records. And then all of a sudden you slow down.
So Jay-Z also ruined DMX's career. So shout out to DMX. Put a 1 in the chat if you were or are a fan of DMX's music. Do you know that Jay-Z is the one that is behind DMX losing it all?
You sold millions and millions and millions of records. And then all of a sudden you slow down. It just seemed like you just stopped. Was it the fact that you had...
And I changed their voices because I don't want to get copyright struck. So they sound crazy, but I changed their voices on purpose.
A problem with Def Jam? Was it the producers? With Rough Riders? What made DMX stop recording? And
well, I said I had the crazy track record, Def Jam, everything was good. I go to do a 6th album, and Jay-Z became president. So yeah.
So right here, Jay-Z at some point became president of Def Jam, and next thing you know, the reason why he became president of Def Jam was specifically to shut down DMX. And I have proof of that. So Jay-Z retired from rapping. He retired. He made the blueprint and then just set him out. And set him out, right? And next thing you know, DMX came out here and started blowing up. He was just like the best rapper since Tupac. And Jay-Z was like, nigga, you ain't better than me. So he came out of retirement and said, I'm going to be president of Def Jam because he's such of a good rapper. He kind of like can get what he wants, right? So he became president of Def Jam and nobody understood why. Why, as a rapper, do you want to be president of Def Jam in order to shut down the next biggest rapper in the world? So
Jay-Z became president. So yeah. So when he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, MH is running the building like, yo, you good? Finished the album, shoot the video. So what happened? Niggas go on vacation and, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You're trying to eliminate the competition.
Trying to eliminate the competition.
You know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off the label. Now you're back rapping again. Okay. I mean, it's all good. It's all good.
I think it's a conspiracy against me, you know, because in the absence of the truth, bullshit will prevail.
My fondest memory of DMX is he improved my stage show. So X is about to go on, and I'm like, you know, I want to see. I got like
X
a little
is before you.
X is going before me. The lights are up.
So they go on tour together, and DMX opens for Jay-Z. And then DMX puts on so much of a show where Jay-Z got embarrassed when he came out there. And that's the reason why Jay-Z needed for DMX to fall off. And the same way that Tupac died, just like Biggie died, he needed DMX to just quit rapping, because if he became the biggest rapper in the world, because DMX was hot, but he didn't reach the sun yet because he got stopped. That's the reason. But, oh, that's right. DMX did die. DMX did die. I just thought about it. They didn't have to kill DMX. He's dead. So everybody that was competition for Jay-Z is dead. DMX is dead. Big is dead. Tupac is dead. Big L is dead. He's dead. I forgot he was dead. Damn. So listen to this story. So listen to this story real quick.
Of the truth, bullshit will prevail.
My fondest memory of DMX is he improved my stage show. So X is about to go on, and I'm like, you know, I want to see. I got like
X
a little
is before you.
X is going before me. The lights are up. He goes. And now the arena's shaking, and I'm like, this is cool. And it, and then he goes.
Hold on, I gotta take this music out.
And no fucking. First of all, it's deafening. I'm like, oh shit. He's running back and forth.
Hold on, I gotta mute it. Damn. So DMX is doing what DMX does. If you've ever seen a DMX show, put a one in the chat if you've ever seen a DMX show. He starts off with the doo-doon, and then he starts running around going, arr, 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 right? Taking his shirt off. He's running around like, X gonna give it to you, all this other shit, right? And then he ends up getting to a sad part of the show where he literally starts crying, and he says a prayer. Next thing you know, he had everybody all lit, jumping up and down, going, arr, 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 all this crazy energy. And then at the end of his set, he says a prayer and starts crying like, Lord, please, I love you, Lord, please. So now everybody in the crowd is crying. And then now Jay-Z comes out, it's a hard knock life for us. Man, you don't get that shit out of here. You like, nobody wants to hear that. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard, now after DMX, are you crazy?
Halfway through, first the guy.
Damn, the music.
Girls are going crazy.
The girls were going crazy.
And he's, yeah.
Damn. The music keeps playing. I can't hear the story. Shit.
The epic.
All right, so the story goes what I said. I couldn't play it. Sorry, but I didn't know music was playing.
Rap battle between DMX and Jay-Z way before DMX signed to Def Jam. A lot of people allegedly say that it was a close tie between the both of them during this rap battle, but most people did say that DMX literally annihilated Jay-Z. So while DMX was saying that Jay-Z was just basically trying to eliminate him as competition, it does make a lot of sense because Jay-Z knew how lyrical DMX actually was.
So they tell me I'm gonna get an award. I said, but we want you to perform with Jay-Z. I'm like, you know what? I don't mind performing with Jay-Z, but they wanted me to come out, like we both walk out together. He does 8 bars or 16 bars of one of his songs. So what the fuck am I supposed to be doing while he's doing his song? Oh, you just like on stage with him. I'm like, no, ain't nobody's fucking hype, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you want me to perform with him, I'll come out when my part is on, and then I'll stay on stage while he leaves, but I'm not walking out on stage with him while he does his one song, then we do our song together, and then I do my song. Nah, that's not happening. And so I just didn't go. I'm like, fuck it. They said, we really want you to perform. I'm like, I don't want to perform. You know, if I'm already getting this award, then I've already earned this award. I shouldn't have to perform to get it, because I already earned it. They gave it to Nelly, gave the performance to Nelly, and gave the award to Nelly. You know what I mean? Wow. I was like, yo, this industry shit, man, niggas is a bunch of fucking cowards. You know what I'm saying?
So, after all of that, do you see the correlation between Erika Kirk and Jay-Z? Or was I reaching? Let me see what y'all think in the comments. Was I reaching? Or do you see the direct correlation between Erika Kirk and Charlie Kirk and Jay-Z getting rid of all the people that he got rid of? Because at least Erika Kirk just got rid of one person to become famous. Jay-Z stepped on at least, 6 different people. Him and Diddy. And they both literally took over somebody else's identity in order to become famous. Because like I said earlier, in order for some people to live, some other people have to die. But I will talk to y'all later, and I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Make sure to hit the like button. And don't forget to buy my mother-daughter card game. I had a lot of people. I almost sold out on Mother's Day. So I want to say thank you to all the people that bought card games around Mother's Day. But if you didn't get your card games are still on sale. I still got a nice amount of them. I thought I was going to sell out, but get your card game. If you have not, Mother's Day is over, but you still have issues with your mother, make sure to get your card game.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions. Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
If you had one wish involving us, what would it be?
That we got along better.
Okay.
The day that you told me, like, I was so happy for you, my mindset toward you completely changed. I think after you had her, you realized, like, how hard it is to be a mom. And like, when you look back at things that maybe like made you mad at me, you realize like, okay, well, that is hard.
Just bought this mother-daughter card game because I came to the realization that my issues with my mom are not resolved, so I decided to do something about it.
Just played this card game with my mom, and we both literally broke down crying. Here's the card game right here. Buy it. Every woman needs this. You won't regret